Shri Brahaspataye Namo Namaha Namaskaromi. Welcome to Pure Prayer, your favorite online puja and spiritual partner. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the effects and the implications of retrograde Jupiter. As we all know, among the 9 planets, Jupiter is considered as the most auspicious planet. Jupiter, who happens to be the Brahaspati, the Devaguru, is considered as the most auspicious and Jivakaraka as well. Jupiter is considered as the giver of lot of positive things in our life, whether it is materialistic or spiritual gains. Jupiter is called as Gnanakaraka, the one who gives us the knowledge, one who gives the ability of the right judgment, one who also gives the responsibility, maturity, administrative skills, and lot more things. So Jupiter, when he is going in the right way, all the planets are having two kinds of motions, that is the straight motion and the retrograde motion. Rujugati and Vakrigati, these are the technical terms used in the astrology. Rujugati means straight motion. Vakrigati means retrograde motion. So let us understand how the Vakrigati is going to impact our lives. Vakrigati or retrograde motion exactly means that a planet which is moving, which is revolving around the sun, which is having its own rotation and it is moving, it is having its revolution, both the things will be happening in the anti-clockwise direction, which means the planet is visibly it is moving on the backward direction. While it is rotating on its axis, it is revolving in the anti-clockwise direction. So we can imagine how difficult it will be for a huge planet. Because of all the 9 planets, Jupiter is considered to be the most voluminous, the planet which has the highest of the mass and the heaviest of the planet as well. And it has got the highest number of the satellites as well. So Jupiter, if it is moving in the retrograde direction, means nearly some 70 to 80 satellites are also moving along with in the retrograde motion. This causes a huge impact in the celestial atmosphere. Let us imagine ourselves walking the stairs from the bottommost stair to the topmost stair in the backward direction. See, the climbing a stair is a one thing. It is always a difficult thing. It always gives us the perspiration and the difficulty, all those things. If you imagine yourself climbing the steps in the backward direction, let us try to understand how difficult it is going to be and how cautious we are going to be. There are so many possibilities of falling or hurting ourselves, and there are so many gandantras which are in technical language speaking according to the astrology. This is exactly what is going to happen when Jupiter or any planet is moving in the retrograde motion or the Vakrigati Sanchara. At the same time, the Vakrigati Sanchara or the retrograde motion of Jupiter is not harmful for all the 12 zodiac signs. For few signs it is going to be beneficial, and for few signs it is going to be harmful. Let us understand from Mesha to Meena which are the Rashis which are going to be benefited by this particular motion, and which are the Rashis which are going to be who needs to take extra caution during this period. First thing we need to understand is the retrograde motion of Jupiter is happening on July 29th at 1:33 a.m. exactly. The retrograde motion of Jupiter is happening in Pisces, that is the Meena Rashi, his own Rashi, and this will last for 119 days. And the retrograde motion will conclude on November 24th by 4:33 a.m. So it is approximately for 4 long months the retrograde motion is going to happen. 4 months is considerably a big period, a long period, quite big enough and long enough to have an impact on all the Rashis. So let us understand what are the things that is going to happen for different Rashis. To begin with, for Mesha Rashi. For Mesha Rashi, the retrograde motion of Jupiter is happening in the 12th house, which is considered as the Vyayasthana, or the house which indicates losses and expenses. So for Mesha Rashi people in this period, for the 4 months, the unexpected losses and unexpected expenses are going to mount up, and there will be a lot of unaccountable expenses will be happening also, and there will be a lot of business related losses. And 12th house also indicates the Shayanasthana, or the place of contentment, or the place which indicates our satisfaction. So the people will be at a loss of mental peace. So there will be so many hypothetical calculations, thinking happening in your mind, due to which you will lose your mental peace and you will be stressed a lot. Mesha Rashi people need to take care of their mental health and their unexpected losses as well. So, as a remedy, what the things that they are supposed to do is, first thing, they are supposed to go to the Guru Sannidhanam which they are having the utmost faith in, like Raghavendra Swami or Shankaracharya or Sai Baba or any other Guru Sannidhanam. They have to do a penance or some kind of a physical service over there. There are a lot of sevas which are prescribed in the texts, like the Urulu Seva, where you will be rolling across the sanctum sanctorum of the God, or you will be doing a step by step namaskaram. That is, without giving a gap between one step to the another step, you will be completing the circumambulance or across the sanctum sanctorum for 3 times. This is called as the step namaskaram or the hejje namaskara. And also by performing the Guru Seva, Mesha Rashi people will be able to get rid of these effects. Chanting Guru Mantra, if you have been given any special Upadesham of Guru Mantra, you keep chanting this Guru Mantra in the multiples of 16. That is like 16, 160, 1600, like this. Or by just chanting Brahm Brahaspataye Namaha, Om Brahm Brahaspataye Namaha, Om Brahm Brahaspataye Namaha, every day for 16 times or 160 times, will give tremendous confidence and positive thought process. For Vrishabha Rashi people, this retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the 11th house. 11th house indicates the gains, the profits, and also it is called as the Premanuragasthana, the love and affection house. So for Vrishabha Rashi people, it is going to be advantageous. They need not have to worry much. So especially the people who are, from whom you are expecting some kind of an emotional reciprocation, some kind of an expression of the feelings, all those things will be happening at this point of time. People around you, the near and dear ones, they will express their love and affection that they have towards you, and your bondings will be strengthened more at this time. Also, in the business wise and your profession wise, you will be getting a lot of profits from unexpected sources. So, Vrishabha Rashi people need not have to worry much. For Mithuna Rashi people, this retrograde motion of Jupiter is happening in the 10th house, which indicates there could be some losses in the opportunities. And also, it indicates that there could be some minor break in the working in the profession. You could deliberately or unintentionally you could take a break from your work, or you could start looking at some freelancing works as well, or there is a possibility for some high authorities people being demoted from the existing position. So you could be losing your current position and you could be demoted, or it could also indicate that the powers that are being given to you, the extra powers and the special increments and the benefits and all those things could be crippled for you. Mithuna Rashi people, as a remedy, what they are supposed to do is they need to perform the Guru Parihara Puja or the Guru Abhishekam at any Guru Sannidhanam, preferably at the Navagraha Sannidhanam, where there is a special abode, there is a special mounting for Lord Brihaspati himself. So performing Guru Shanti Homam here at these abodes will give you fantastic results. Now let us look into the Karkataka Rashi. For Karkataka Rashi, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the 9th house. So which indicates that for you, 9th house indicates the Purva Punya Sthana and also the travel Sthana, and also it indicates the attachment or the connection that you have with your ancestors and the forefathers. This is the time when you have to clear the debts that you are having towards your forefathers. Like some people in some houses, what happens is they might have forgotten the ancestral rules, the traditions which has been followed from the generations together, and some people have a tendency of neglecting or showing disrespect to all the customs and traditions which have been followed from ages and generations. Due to this, the forefathers, the Pitru Devatas, will be unhappy, and there is a possibility of getting a curse from the Pitru Devatas, which is called as Pitru Shapam. So this is the time when the most impact of such Pitru Shapam will be happening for Karkataka Rashi people. So make sure that you are not making any further mistakes, you are not disrespecting any of your customs and family traditions, and it is advisable for you to perform the Pitru Shanti Puja or the Tarpanam or the Shraddha, especially at some specified places like Gokarna, Gaya, Rameshwara, or any such kshetras, where performing this Shraddha to your elderly people who have demised, who have left us from the physical format, and performing the Shraddha and Tilatarpana to those people, you can appease the retrograde Jupiter and you can correct yourself as well. Simha Rashi, one of the most important Rashis who needs to be extra careful because of the retrograde Jupiter. Because for Simha Rashi, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the 8th house. 8th house is always considered as the Kantakasthana, or the house which indicates the troubles, the difficulties, the mishaps, the accidents and all. 8th house is also called as Gandhantarasthana. So for Simha Rashi people, a lot of unfortunate happenings will be happening, like the accidents or minor mishaps, cuts, bruises. All these things are indicated, and it also all these things depends also on the dasha bhukti that you are undergoing and the planetary positions in your horoscope. So what we are saying, whether it is good or bad, all these things are very generic. It is only related with the planetary movement, related to the retrograde Jupiter only. So for Simha Rashi people, what is advisable for you is to perform Aditya Hridaya Puja, to chant Aditya Hridaya Stotram every day, or keep listening to the Aditya Hridaya Stotram, or perform Surya Shanti Puja at Guru Sannidhanam. This is very important. Because Simha Rashi is ruled by Surya, and you need to perform the Surya Shanti Puja or Surya Namaskaram or Surya Abhishekam, where there is a proper abode prominence of the placement of Brihaspati himself. Also performing the pujas related to Lord Shiva, like Shiva Panchakshari Puja, Shiva Panchakshari Japa, or Mrutyunjaya Homa, or Rudrabhishekam to Lord Shiva will also give you excellent results, and it will help you in greatly nullifying or reducing the effects of the retrograde Jupiter. Kanya Rashi. For Kanya Rashi people, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the 7th house, which indicates there will be some disturbances in your relationships and your long term friendships as well. So especially with your spouse, you need to be very, very careful. There will be a lot of confusions. There will be unnecessary quarrels and ego battles, and unnecessary verbal abuses. And you will have a tendency of abusing or showing fingers towards your spouse for the mistakes which has been done, or for the something, for anything and something which has happened, any wrong thing that has happened. So this will ultimately this will lead to the clash and disturbances with your spouse and marital life also. And also for the people who are looking for a good relationship, who are looking for who are in the lookout for marriages, the talks and discussions related to marriage could not progress much. There could be some breakages, there could be some third party interferences, and because of this there could be some unsuccessful attempts at the marriage and as the alliances as well. Same thing applies to the people who are looking for alliances in the business related field, the collaborations and all those things. All those things could ultimately lead to some unsuccessful collaborations or disturbances or failures also. So Mithuna Rashi people are advised to perform particularly the Ashwatha Narayana Puja. Ashwatha Narayana, or the people tree, is also another indication of Lord Brihaspati. So every day waking up at the Brahmi Muhurtam and performing the Pradakshina Namaskaram to the Ashwatha Vriksha or the people tree for 11 times for continuous 23 days, and pouring a bowl full of water from a copper bowl or a copper vessel at the bottom, and coming back and perform and maintaining silence throughout the whole process, that is the Mauna Vratam, is the most important thing. So if you are doing this thing for consecutively 23 days, this will greatly nullify the retrograde Jupiter effects, and you will be in a good position. Tula Rashi. For Tula Rashi people, the retrograde motion is happening in the 6th house, which indicates a good results for you, because 3, 6, and 11 are considered as the Upachaya Sthanam in astrology. And whenever the retrograde motion or a malefic planet's presence is indicated in the Upachaya Sthanas, they are bound to give good results only. So Tula Rashi people need not have to worry much. For Vrishchika Rashi people, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the 5th house, which indicates there can be some disturbances between yourself and your kids, especially the grown up kids or the teenage and the adolescent kids in the home. There could be some generation gap, there could be some difference of opinions, and there could be some mental distancing or the emotional distancing could be happening. You both could be staying in the same house, but still you will be living as if you are strangers. So this will be happening because of the retrograde Jupiter, and you need to address this issue very in a cautious way. And doing puja to Medha Dakshinamurti Swami and Hayagriva Swami will help you in a big way to reduce all these effects and create a bigger and a stronger bonding with your kids. Also, Vrishchika Rashi people, those who are pursuing higher education like master degree or doctorates or postdoctoral courses or any of such higher courses, these people also will see some difficulties in going through, and there could be some disturbances in accessing the right material or the some getting the right information or the necessary permissions related to your higher studies and all. So the most important thing here is performing Guru Seva and also donating the chana dal or the kadale kadu, the soaked chana dal. If you donate all the soaked chana dal to any sage, or even giving the soaked chana dal to a brown colored cow on Thursdays, will give good results and will help you in rectifying the retrograde Jupiter effects. Dhanu Rashi. For Dhanu Rashi people, retrograde Jupiter is happening in the fourth house, which indicates that there could be some disturbance in your mental health and mental peace. But having said that, the Jupiter happens to be the Lord for Dhanu Rashi and Meena Rashi both. Hence, the effects will be much lesser. We can say 50 to 40% lesser compared to all other Rashis. So Dhanu Rashi people need not have to worry. Worry much. All the things that they have to do is keep chanting Brahaspati Kavacham, Raghavendra Stotra on every day for 16 times or 8 times. This will give you fantastic results. For Makara Rashi people, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the third house, which, as I said, happens to be another Upachaya Sthanam, so nothing much to worry. Although there could be some differences and disturbances between your siblings and the bonding that you have with your sisters and brothers as well. Third house also indicates the Parakramasthana. So there could be some unwanted problems which you are inviting all by yourselves by trying to show off your physical strength, or trying to be assertive, or trying to show that you are powerful and all those things. The Parakaramasthana gives you an urge to be more assertive or overexert yourself, and it could lead to some unwanted results also, and it could be it could give some detrimental results also. So Makara Rashi people, they should refrain from entering into unwanted topics and poking their noses in other topics, other subjects as well, and confine yourself. As a solution, what they are supposed to do is, Makara Rashi people, they are advised to perform Brahaspati Shanti Havan at any Brahaspati Mandir, or at any Guru Sthanam, that is a Guru Pitham or Guru Matham, the place where you are having the maximum faith. So on a Thursday, coinciding with a star of your Sadhana Tara, according to your birth star, if you perform this Brahaspati Shanti Homam or Brahaspati Abhishekam, this will give great results. For Kumbha Rashi people, the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in the second house, which indicates that there could be a possibility of losing the control over your words, control over your speech. You could end up saying unwanted things, hurting things, or you could end up giving some wrong statements, and thereby you could be inviting some unwanted controversies. Especially people who are in the public life, the celebrities, the socialites, and people who have been assigned with some higher responsibilities in political field or education field, those people should be extra careful while giving some public speeches and making some statements as well. Also, second house indicates the Dhanasthanam and Kutumbasthanam. So it also indicates that there could be you could lose control over the money matters. So you could end up making some wrong investments, or you could end up giving money without any proper accountability. And then you can start thinking where the money went. And also, second house happening to be the Kutumbasthanam, there could be some differences, there could be some disturbances in your family life also. So as a matter of this, you need to perform some Parihara Pujas. The Parihara Pujas for Kumbha Rashi people will be in the process like going to a Guru Sannidhanam or taking a bath at a Triveni Sangamam. Triveni Sangama means a place where the three rivers will be merging. On a Thursday, coinciding with a Purnima day or a full moon day, you need to take a bath in a Triveni Sangama, or a place where three rivers will be merging. If possible, you can take a bath in the ocean also. The Samudra Snanam also will give fantastic results for you. Afterwards, what you are supposed to do is, you need to do the Annadanam. You need to give the prasadam to devotees, the sadhus, the sages, and also to the orphan and the homeless people. And by performing these things, you will be in a position to rectify or greatly reduce the retrograde Jupiter effects. And finally, we are coming to the Meena Rashi. The Meena Rashi people of all the 12 signs need to be most careful of all the signs, because the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening in your sign only. So the impacts of this could be like gaining more weight without your knowledge. You will become obese. As Guru is the heaviest planet of all the 9 planets, this is the physical impact that is going to happen on you people. And there could be some lethargy setting up, and you could lose interest in doing your works. And also, Meena Rashi people need to be careful about their physical health and their mental health also. There could be a lack of confidence, and there could be some that assertiveness, that go-getter attitude you will be losing, and the self-doubting will be setting up, and you could lose a lot of opportunities also. So, Meena Rashi people, the pariharam that is indicated for you is, if possible, you can wear Kanaka Pushyaraga or the yellow sapphire, the first grade stone, on the index finger of your right hand. And this is a parihara which is indicated for all the Rashis who are facing the difficulties from retrograde Jupiter, not necessarily for Meena Rashi, and only for those who can afford. For those people who cannot afford wearing a yellow sapphire, they can go for a semi-precious stone, that is the topaz, Uparatna. Wearing topaz also will give you the same results as the yellow sapphire. For Meena Rashi people, another pariharam that is prescribed is chanting the Hayagriva Stotram or the Dakshinamurti Stotram, or performing honey abhishekam to Lord Medha Dakshinamurti or Lord Brahaspati on a Thursday, coinciding with your Kshematara according to your birth star. If this is performed, and after collecting that honey and consuming that honey every day, 1 teaspoon or a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons for at least 16 days, this will greatly nullify all the effects that is going to be that is indicated from the retrograde Jupiter motion. So people who are suffering from acidity, liver problem, and stomach issues and gastric trouble also should take extra care, especially people born in Mesha Rashi and Simha Rashi and Vrishchika Rashi people. This is the indication which is shown much due to the retrograde Jupiter. And for all the physical troubles that you might undergo, you are supposed to do the puja, you are supposed to do the Shanti Havan, Brahaspati Shanti Havan, or Brahaspati Shanti Puja, or Brahaspati Shanti Homam at Brahaspati Sannidhanam or the Guru Sannidhanam. The pariharam will be of the 5 types in astrology, that is Dhyana, Dharana, Dana, Dandana, and Darshana. So Dhyana means meditation, chanting the stotras or the shlokas related to that particular deity. Dhyana, Dharana means wearing particular stones, gems, or the crystals or rudrakshis which are related to the particular deity. People who can wear rudrakshi are advised to wear the Panchamukhi rudrakshi or Saptamukhi rudrakshi to reduce the effects of retrograde Jupiter. Dhyana, Dharana, and Dana. So if you are more willing to give the dana or the donations, you are advised to give dana of a saffron colored cloth to a sage on a Thursday, or you can give the chana dal, the kadle kalu to a sage or to any needy person. And also a yellow sapphire or a golden colored cloth can be given as a donation to a needy and a deserving person. Darshana, as we have said, you can go to the temples which are exclusively dedicated to Lord Brahaspati or any Guru like Lord Sai Baba, Dakshinamurti, and Shankaracharya, Raghavendra Swami, and so on. And Dandana means taking a pilgrimage. So physically doing a pilgrimage, like going for a Padayatra or going there and doing some sevas, and thereby reducing your all the karmic debts. So, dear viewers, this is the impact of the retrograde Jupiter happening on all the 12 planets. So, we hope that this video will be useful for you and you will take all the necessary precautions. Once again, I am telling the retrograde Jupiter motion is happening on July 29th, 1:33 a.m. and it will last until November 24th, 4:33 a.m. So, it will be the impact of retrograde Jupiter will be happening for 119 days. This is considered a very long period. So all the people who have been advised to take the proper remedies, who have been advised to take the proper precautions and follow the remedies, you follow all the necessary pujas as per your budget and affordabilities. For any puja related queries, for any parihara pujas, you can contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers.